Hello, I'm Steve Weber, the host of Book Cheapskate. We're running through the top 10 free Kindle books featured today on bookcheapskate.com. Happy Thursday, everyone. It's October 23rd, 2025. As always, I'm joined by my co-host and bookworm sidekick, Cassandra. Good morning, Cass.
Good morning. Ready to dive into today's list? We've got quite the mix.
Absolutely. It looks like a great selection today. Thrillers, romance, some really interesting nonfiction, too.
Yeah, definitely something for everyone. We should probably just jump right in.
Sounds like a plan. We'll start with the free Kindle books first, as always. Okay, book one, Heirlooms and Homicide. This is a cozy mystery by Danielle Collins, a #1 bestseller.
Right, cozy mysteries often rely heavily on setting, and this one is no different. It's set in an antique store.
Oh, interesting. So the objects themselves might be clues.
Exactly. The owner, Henrietta Hewitt, finds this missing girl connected to a specific antique box. So, the history embedded in that heirloom kind of sparks a whole investigation when things turn deadly.
Gotcha. That makes sense for an antique store setting. Okay, moving on to book two, Kiss Me Forever. This is the start of a series, Bachelors and Bridesmaids, by Barbara Freethy, also a #1 bestseller, NYT this time.
Yeah, and this one looks like classic romantic conflict. You've got a news reporter, Andrea Blaine, and she's chasing a story on this, sexy billionaire, Alexander Donovan, the usual setup.
Right.
But the core conflict here seems to be about her career versus, falling for the guy, especially when she uncovers secrets about him. It's that age-old question. Scoop or relationship. Goodreads called it simply delightful, apparently.
Always a tough balancing act. Okay, let's take a sharp turn now. Book three.
Yeah.
Dear Narcissist, Why Me? This sounds intense. Subtitled, Making Sense and Healing from an Abusive Relationship with a Narcissist.
It does. And it's nonfiction, self-help, focusing on dysfunctional relationships. The author, Dr. John Krause, is interesting because he's not just an expert. He's also a survivor of narcissistic abuse.
Ah, okay. That adds a layer of credibility, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
The book aims to uncover those, like hidden patterns, manipulation, gaslighting, emotional abuse. But it's not just descriptive. It's meant to provide tools.
Tools for what, exactly?
For setting boundaries, reclaiming your identity. The promise is these aha moments where you recognize the tactics used against you. It's focused on practical healing, especially boundary setting.
That sounds incredibly valuable for someone in that situation. Powerful stuff. Okay, sticking with intense themes, but back to fiction. Book 4, Hit and Run. The subtitle is Chilling. He was dead before she really knew him.
Yeah, this sounds like high drama, psychological fiction. The protagonist is a recovering alcoholic.
Okay.
And her husband, Rob, a cyclist, gets killed in a hit and run. The police immediately look at her because they'd had a fight that morning.
Oh, wow. So she's the prime suspect.
Right. And the real tension, the psychological part, is her struggle not to drink under the pressure. Losing her son, her freedom. It all hinges on her staying sober while under suspicion. Her own recovery becomes the antagonist, almost.
That's a clever way to build suspense. Intense. All right, let's lighten things up a bit, maybe. Book 5, Littered with Trouble. A Whispers and Words mystery, Book 1. Cozy animal mystery.
Yes, definitely lighter. Set in a place called Button, a widow, Louisa Henry, quits her editing job to open her dream bookstore.
Sounds lovely, but I'm guessing it doesn't stay lovely.
Not for long, no.
Yeah.
Before she even opens, a dead body turns up in her alley.
Oh, dear. Bad for business.
Exactly. So she needs to clear her store's name, and the clue to start with. A confusing book page left behind by the victim. It's kind of fun. The bookstore itself, the text, becomes central to solving the crime.
I like that meta element. Okay, next up, Book 6. At Any Price. This is described as a billionaire auction romance. That sounds specific.
It is. And it apparently got some buzz. Bustle called it one of 13 romance novels for every woman's bucket list.
Really? Okay, what's the premise?
It's definitely provocative. A student, a gaming blogger actually, auctions her virginity online.
Whoa. Okay, why?
To pay for medical school and her mom's hospital bills. The winner is Adam Drake, a brilliant CEO of a gaming company.
Right.
Her rule is one night, no further contact. But he's a gaming CEO, right? So he apparently uses some kind of loophole to break her rules. It plays on that idea of gaming the system, both literally in his job and, in this situation, explores desperation versus agency.
That's certainly a premise.
Okay.
Let's switch gears again, drastically. Book 7, All Fall Down. This is Hostage Negotiation Team, Book 1, military romance thriller.
Yeah, high stakes here. A Navy SEAL, Rafe Kelly, his brother, gets kidnapped by terrorists.
Oh, okay.
So he has to team up with the negotiator, Claire Michaels. It escalates quickly into an international incident involving an al-Qaeda operative.
Sounds intense.
It does.
Here.
And the chilling detail mentioned in the description is how the simple nursery rhyme, "Ring Around the Rosie," gets turned into some kind of deadly threat within the hostage crisis. That juxtaposition is pretty unsettling.
Yeah, that definitely adds a creepy factor. Okay, from global threats to supernatural ones. Book 8, Half-Wolf. Alpha Underground, Book 1, New Adult and College Fantasy, Werewolves.
Right. This one deals with being an outsider within that supernatural community. The main character, Fen Young, is a half-shifter.
So, not fully accepted.
Exactly. Rejected by the uber alpha, Hunter Green, and her home pack, she's forced into this dangerous outpack territory. And the main threat she encounters there is a serial killer, specifically targeting half-werewolves.
Ah, so it's using the fantasy framework to explore prejudice.
Seems like it. Focusing on the dangers faced by marginalized groups, even within a fantasy context. Adventure and romance, too, of course.
Interesting angle. Okay, for those who like their worlds completely broken, Book 9, The Fringe Collection. Books 1 through 3 in a nuclear apocalypse dystopian series. Boxed set.
Yeah, classic dystopian setup. Nuclear war survivors segregated into tiers. Our protagonist, Harper, gets drafted into a recon squad led by a, quote, tormented guy named Eli Parker.
Standard dystopian fare so far. What's the twist?
The focus seems to be less on fighting monsters and more on the system itself. Harper starts asking dangerous questions that threaten to expose the lies the whole tier system is built on. Readers apparently praise it for focusing on that internal structural betrayal.
The power of asking questions. I like it. All right, speaking of foundational stories, Book 10 is a true classic. Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, free today.
Amazing. From 1870, this is, just essential science fiction. Professor Aronnax, Conseil, Ned Land trapped aboard the Nautilus with Captain Nemo.
A visionary tale.
Absolutely. It wasn't just about the adventure, the coral kingdoms, the giant squids. It was about the idea of the submarine, this self-sustaining marvel of technology, way ahead of its time. And Nemo's ambition, that, quote, the sea is everything, really captures the 19th century fascination with unexplored frontiers.
Still holds up. Okay, back to modern sci-fi, but with laughs. Book 11, Dark Quasar Rising. It's book 1 in the Friends of a Former Space Janitor series.
Uh-huh. Okay, the series title tells you a lot. This sounds like humorous sci-fi. Agent Vanty is undercover, posing as security for a reality TV star on a space yacht.
Glamorous assignment until
a shipmate gets kidnapped. So Vanty and the pilot, Arun, have to stage a rescue without blowing her cover.
Standard spy stuff, but in space?
Sort of, but the humor comes through in the details. The description highlights a key concern during this crisis. Who will feed the cat? That tells you it's not taking itself too seriously. Mundane worries amidst the action.
Definitely sets the tone. Okay, let's wrap up the freebies with a couple of witchy, cozy mysteries. First, Book 12, The Witch's Inheritance, Silver Mist Cove, Book 1.
Right, another cozy mystery, this time with witch magic. Paris Bishop returns home after her mentor dies suddenly.
And finds out she's inherited.
Not just property, but hidden magic.
Yeah.
The town itself, Silver Mist Cove, is described as humming with ley line energy. It's pitched for fans of practical magic or the discovery of witches, that sort of personal discovery of power in a magical place.
Nice comparison. And right alongside it, Book 13, Marriage Spells Murder, Wedding Witch, Book 1.
Another witchy cozy, yeah. This one sounds like it has more interpersonal drama baked in. The protagonist, Skylar Blackwood, is a wedding celebrant and a witch who's sworn off magic.
Oh, but I bet she has to use it.
You bet. The grumpy groom gets poisoned at the altar, Peanut. Her friend is the prime suspect. And adding to the complications,
Let me guess. The detective is someone she knows.
her ex-husband, who she still loves, apparently.
Yeah.
And she has a sidekick, a disgruntled gray wolf familiar named Wolfie.
Okay, an ex-husband and a disgruntled wolf familiar. That's quite the setup. 13 free books. That's a great haul.
Definitely. Now, should we look at the discounts? Some big savings here, too.
Let's do it. Starting with Book 14, Operation Bailey Wedding. This is a romantic comedy novella down to $1.49 from $2.99.
Yeah, this sounds like pure family chaos driving the comedy. It's about Holly and Austin getting married. Their relationship started from a one-night stand. But the real story is the wedding planning chaos caused by his huge family. 9 Bailey siblings plus Grandma Dory. Sounds like a recipe for disaster in a funny way.
9 siblings. Wow. Okay, next discount. Book 15, Tier 1. This is Tier Trilogy Book 1. We talked about the Fringe collection earlier. This sounds similar thematically. $3.49, usually $6.99.
Right, another dystopian look at social tiers, but this time it's genetic engineering after a virus, not nuclear war. Segregation based on genetic viability. The protagonist, Kate, is from Tier 1, the supposedly perfect group. But she discovers the research underpinning her perfect life is basically a lie and about to collapse. Makes you think about the cost of perfection, right?
Definitely. Okay, now for a massive discount. Book 16, No Stone Unturned. True story of forensic investigators. Down to $2.99 from $17.99.
Wow, yeah, that's a steal.
Yeah.
And this sounds fascinating if you're into true crime or science. It's about a real group called Necrosearch International.
Never heard of them.
They're apparently a think tank of top scientists, geologists, anthropologists, chemists, you name it, who specialize in finding clandestine graves and evidence for seemingly unsolvable crimes.
Like what kind of crimes?
The examples given are finding a body hidden under a cement patio or evidence lost in the Missouri River. They use cutting-edge science to crack cold cases. It's a real deep dive into forensic ingenuity.
That sounds absolutely incredible. I might have to grab that one. Okay, shifting back to romance. Book 17 is a 2-novella collection by Debbie Macomber, Family Affair plus The Bet. Only $2.99.
Debbie Macomber, huge name in romance. The first novella, Family Affair, it sounds particularly charming. Divorced woman, Lacey, handsome neighbor, Jack.
Standard setup.
But they're brought together by their pets, her Abyssinian cat, Cleo, and his cat, named Dog.
A cat named Dog. Okay.
And the big misunderstanding involves Jack's supposed girlfriend, who turns out to be his sister. It seems like a sweet story about how pets can bring people together.
Pets as matchmakers, always a good trope. All right, next is self-improvement. Book 18, The Shift. Change your perspective, not yourself, by Tinks. $1.99 today.
Yeah, Tinks is a big lifestyle creator. This book seems focused on small mindset changes. The core ideas mentioned are reframing dating as a time for self-discovery, not just partner hunting, and embracing periods of chaos as potentially creative times. It's less about a total overhaul and more about shifting your perspective on things you're already experiencing.
That sounds like practical advice. Okay, now 2 really compelling biographies. First, Book 19, Haben, the deaf-blind woman who conquered Harvard Law. Down to $2.99.
Haben Girma's story is just remarkable. First deaf-blind graduate from Harvard Law. But it's not just about overcoming adversity, it's about innovation.
How so?
She developed this text-to-braille communication system that allowed her to navigate the world in new ways. The book covers her adventures, too, climbing an iceberg, meeting Obama. It really showcases disability not just as a challenge, but as a catalyst for creativity and connection.
Truly inspirational. And right next to it, a music legend. Book 20, Fortunate Son, My Life, My Music by John Fogerty, $3.99.
Yeah, the voice of Creedence Clearwater Revival. This memoir covers their meteoric rise. Apparently, they even outsold the Beatles in 1969, which is wild to think about.
Wow.
But it also covers the band's quick and messy decline due to internal conflicts and business issues, and then Fogerty's long, hard fight for his solo career and his music rights. It's a real inside look at the highs and lows of rock stardom.
Sounds like a must-read for classic rock fans. Okay, back at true crime and another huge discount. Book 21, Above Suspicion, $0.99, down from nearly $12.
This one sounds dark. It's about FBI agent Mark Putnam. He's apparently the only FBI agent known to have confessed to murder.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah. It centers on his time undercover in rural Kentucky, his affair with an informant, Susan Smith, and the tragic confrontation when she threatened to expose him. It's about how someone in law enforcement crossed that ultimate line, a chilling account of passion and duty colliding.
That is incredibly disturbing. A tough read, I imagine.
All right, let's close out the discounts with some historical fiction. Book 22, The Silken Rose. Also just $9.99. First in the She-Wolves trilogy.
This focuses on Eleanor, or Eleanor, of Provence. She married England's King Henry III when she was only 13.
13. Different time.
Very different. And she faced huge resentment from the English barons as a foreigner. But the book explores how she navigated court politics and rose to power, earning the nickname the She-Wolf from Provence. It's about her resilience and political maneuvering in a really hostile environment.
Sounds like a powerful female figure in history. Okay, that's the discounts covered. Amazing deals there.
Absolutely, some really deep cuts.
So we quickly hit the new releases, 3 big ones today.
Let's do it. First up, another music icon, Book 23, Truly, the official inspirational journey through the life of a musical legend. This is Lionel Richie's memoir.
Oh, wow. Lionel Richie. Yeah, hot off the presses. He talks about his journey from being shy, a tragically late bloomer, as he puts it, to this global superstar. Covers the Commodores' Motown, writing We Are the World, performing at the Olympics. Looks like a comprehensive look at his creative life.
Should be fascinating. Okay, sticking with music history. Book 24, The Cars. Let the Stories Be Told. New biography of the band.
Right, by Bill Janovitz. This aims to be the definitive story of the Cars. It apparently digs into their unique new wave sound, their iconic visual style.
Very distinctive look.
Totally. But it also explores the internal conflicts between the band members, suggesting those tensions ultimately led to their untimely end, despite their massive success and influence.
Always interesting to get the behind-the-scenes story. And finally, let's wrap up with a new romance. Book 25, Crazy in Love, Rosewood River series, Book 4 by Laura Pavlov.
This one sounds like it hits all the popular romance tropes. Small town setting, billionaire hero, enemies to lovers dynamic, and the classic grumpy sunshine pairing. The heroine, Amelia Taylor, apparently hates the broody, heartless billionaire.
Strong feelings.
He tries to smooth things over with an expensive gift, but she demands a sincere apology. And for a grumpy hero, saying sorry is apparently the hardest thing in the world. That's where the real tension lies.
The power of a simple apology. Or the lack thereof. Great way to end the list. That's a ton of books for people to check out.
Yeah, definitely a packed day on bookcheapskate.com. Something for everyone, for sure.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And remember, if you want to download any of the books we've mentioned today for free from Amazon, visit us at bookcheapskate.com and you'll have all the links right there. But do it now. These books are free today, but might be back to full price tomorrow. Also, along with those freebies, the site has a ton of specials on deeply discounted Kindle books and also a heads up on the best new releases. Every morning, it's all brand new. Cass will do it again tomorrow.
Sounds great. See you then.